Good morning. It is a little after 5. We are heading to the gym. Today is leg day. So let's do this. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we are talking all about 75 hard. We are going to talk about what it is, why I have done it, the success and the failures I have found from it, and why I think you should or should not do it. All right, so what the heck is 75 hard? You've probably seen it on TikTok, maybe on Instagram, maybe you've done it, maybe you've tried it, maybe you failed it. I have done all of the above, and that's why we're going to talk about it. So 75 hard is a program that was created in 2019 by Andy Frisella. If you don't know him, he is almost a billionaire, maybe already is. He owns First Form and he has done some really impressive things. But let's get into 75 hard. The biggest misconception with 75 hard is that it is a fitness program or fitness challenge. It's a one-time thing, a quick fix. And I think that's where a lot of the hate comes from, is because people are using it incorrectly. 75 hard is a mental toughness program over a fitness challenge. It is meant to be repeated. It is meant to be hard. It is meant to take average people to the next level. And so it's not meant for everyone. I personally have done it many times over the last 5 years. That said, I have not successfully accomplished it in almost 3 years, but we are currently on it and on day 50 something. So as long as I don't get sick, we plan on finishing it. If you are just doing it because it's a trending challenge, I don't think you should do it if you're looking for a quick fix. I don't think you should do it just to lose weight. I do think you should do it if you're wanting to truly level up. Especially if you're a business owner, giving you that structure, that confidence, that sense of just like accomplishment throughout your day is huge. I also think if you miss like competition, like I used to play sports, and something I really miss is competition. And I think 75 hard is great because yes, it's a competition with yourself, but it's one of the harder things that I've had to do like physically as an adult. I also think you should do it if you are struggling with your mental health in a healthy way, of course. I never knew, this sounds stupid, it might be obvious, but I never knew you could build self-confidence. I never knew you could build self-esteem. I never knew those were skills that you could build and skills that you have to work on throughout your life. And ever since learning that and learning on how to strengthen them, my life has changed in so many ways. Like, I'll do another video on just our personal 75 hard journey, but over the last 5 years, granted, we haven't even successfully completed it in 3, our life has grown immensely. Like, it's crazy. All right, now we're gonna go over the tasks of 75 hard. You can easily find this online or on Andy's website, but I'll just run through them quick here. So you have to do 2 45-minute workouts, and one of them has to be outside, rain or shine. You have to follow a diet or some sort of like structured meal plan. You have to drink 1 gallon of water every single day. You have to read 10 pages, and it must be a non-fiction book. You must take a progress picture, and you cannot have alcohol or junk food. So those are the 7 or 8 tasks, and each of them must be completed every single day, or you have to start over. So along with 75 Hard, it is a program. It's actually a 4-part program meant to be done within 1 year. So it's the first part, which is 75 Hard, which is 75 days. Then you have phase 1, which is 30 days, phase 2, which is 30 days, and phase 3, which is 30 days. And we can go over the phases in a different video, but I want you guys to get through 75 Hard first. So yeah, obviously I am for 75 Hard. I have done it firsthand. I've experienced both the positives and negatives that come from it, and I truly believe it's all about perspective and why you're doing it in the first place, and then having a plan for when the 75 days or however many days are up. But I did write out a few tips for you guys, because if you do it, I want you guys to be set up for success. So my first tip to you is to determine your why. Determine why you're doing 75 Hard. If you're just doing it for a challenge, or because your friend wants to do it, or if you're really doing it to build momentum in your life, get better, build confidence, like things that I didn't even know you could build as a skill until a few years ago. If like that's your why, I think that's really important. And I encourage you to write it down, because 10 weeks goes by quickly, but is also a very long time. And there's going to be days where you either think you outsmarted the program, got the benefits out of it early, or it's going to be really hard and you're just going to quit. So determine your why and write down your why. All right, where was I? My tip number 2 for you guys is to plan ahead. So if you have vacations coming up, or birthday parties, or events, or traveling, and you obviously want to stay on the program, then plan ahead. So plan your meals ahead. Maybe look at restaurant menus. Make sure there's a fridge and or a microwave where you're staying. Make sure it's safe enough to do an outside workout, or that you are doing it during the day when it is safe. So just kind of think ahead of how you're going to complete your tasks while you're traveling, or a day that might be crazy because of an event. My third and fourth tip for you guys is kind of like goes hand in hand. So it would be to get as much done as early in the day as possible. If you're a business owner, if you're someone who's in school, maybe you have kids, like you know how quickly your day can derail, how quickly things can get crazy. If you're someone with a chronic illness, you might also know you can wake up feeling great, and by the end of the day you feel like crap. So get as much done early. What I like to do is wake up and work out. Before I work out, I take my picture. When we get home from our workout, we try to read, and then on our lunch break we'll walk or do something outside. And so really try to get everything done early, because then when it's 7 o'clock at night, you're like, oh, I have like a glass of water left, and then I'm done. And we don't do that every day, but the days we do that, they're so much easier on us physically, mentally, and like then you can go harder the next day and blah blah blah. So that's my tip number 3. And tip number 4 that I said kind of goes into it is to read and take your picture ASAP. I know that sounds silly, and those are the easiest tasks, but that is, I mean, I don't know this, but I could guess that's the number 1 reason why people lose unintentionally. So we have been almost all the way through a phase and lost because we forgot to take our picture, or you are so tired at night you forgot to read, or you don't read, or you fall asleep before you read. Like, get the easy tasks done early, because then you can just check them off. I know you have the rest of the day, I know you have the time to do it, but like, why not take the 15 minutes it is, or whatever it is, to do that at the beginning of the day, and then you can check that off. All right guys, 2 more tips for you, and then I'll see you in the next video. So tip number 5 is take your water everywhere. This is already something like our generation and the younger generations do, but just take your water everywhere. Whether you're obviously going to work out, or you're traveling, or you're just running errands or something, like take it everywhere. Get like a metal one that keeps it cold, and just sip on it all day, because if you're like me, you can get behind so easily on water, and you don't want to make yourself sick. You don't want to hurt your body by trying to chug a gallon. And so unless you're my brother-in-law that is like 6'5" and can drink 40 ounces in one sip, I encourage you to just sip your water throughout the day. Take it everywhere. Start the day off with 16 ounces if you can, and just really get a head start, because water is the hardest to make up for in terms of time, at least for me. And last tip, something I'm really making sure to do this time around, is noticing my discomfort. Noticing where I would maybe celebrate with food or turn to a lousy rotting day because I don't feel good, or just like do something because I'm stressed, or just like how easily I want to skip tasks or not do it. It's just kind of showing me like, oh, you don't have to do that to get through this day, or you can be creative and celebrate in other ways, or you can still celebrate with food if you want, but it doesn't have to be food that hurts your progress or isn't good for you, fueling your body, like whatever it may be. I encourage you to notice your discomfort, track it, write it down, whatever it may be, because when you're not on the program, you want to keep up these habits. You want to keep that mental toughness, that mental strength. And so if you're just going through the program not noticing anything, then you're not making that long-term progress, and being off the program is going to be so much harder. All right, guys, I'll end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in learning more about 75 Hard, Andy Frisella has books on it, podcasts on it, YouTube videos on it. It's all free. Well, I think you have to pay for the books, but the rest is all free. I would love for you to comment if you're doing it right now. We have about a month left in our first phase, or in the first part of it, and I would just love to see other people that are doing it right now. Or if you've done it before, I'd love to hear your perspective, your feedback, whether it's good or bad. Yeah, I'd just love to hear it, and I'm happy to share mine again. All right, guys, thank you so much. I would love for you to follow me on Instagram. I share a lot more on the day-to-day basis on my stories, but if not, subscribe to my YouTube, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.